Yeah.
What's going on?
What's the word?
Aw,
We started. We started.
turn off.
Uh, uh, you gotta mess up your game, player. Yeah,
Yo, 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 yo,
yeah.
yo.
Testing. Mic
Test,
check
test,
one,
test,
two,
test,
one,
test, test.
two. A
Testing. Look at me. Testing. 1, 2.
do you want? Should we do ladies first, and then should we do like interview like that? Did you have questions for Thrills or like? Hey, I mean, I'll do it. I'm asking like,
To me or to the show?
yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, bet.
And then just introduce yourself. Okay. I can. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I haven't even had this whole couple.
Lit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, got you. What was the show called? My phone. What was the show called that we did yesterday? Vibe or Die. There we go.
Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are you sure? Because I'm asking you because it's on your basis. Y'all about to go live.
You're in good company.
You okay?
We don't bite unless
It muted when I went live on Instagram. So I had to start
relax or
Dude, it'd be crazy. I remember because I'd be a stickler. Okay. I'd be a stickler about a little sleep. Come on, M. So. M. So the great. Bringing great to the
Is that
plate.
Mr. Great?
M. So the great. Bringing great to the plate.
Hi. Oh. I think that's like a beautiful thing, like to be in the couple to be able to hype each other up like that.
Anyway, what's up? Family is coming through my door. Hey! Look at stuff just happening
what's
in
going
the middle
on,
of it.
Taylor?
Oh shit! She's your queen.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we got one. We back.
Yo, we live and in color. Okay, lit.
Time right now.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's going
Hey.
on, beautiful people out there?
Hey.
You are now in tune for another episode of Garage Party by none other than Work Hard, Play Hard. I am one of your co-hosts for the evening. My name is Marco Montana. I am an artist, producer, engineer, photographer. As are you. And I got some great people, great company right here on this couch right here right now. Got some superstars that just continue to shine, right? And I just had to keep repeating it every time I see them just so they know I really mean it, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead, give them the floor to go ahead and introduce themselves for the one time.
I guess I'll go first.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
sir, yes, sir.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mr. Thrillz. I've been doing this rap thing, I guess, more or less for a year, some change now. I made an album called Raising the Babies last year, and to promote that album, I started doing 100 shows by the end of the year, and now I'm on my way to creating my next album. It's called Eat Your Food. And
Yay!
yes, I got a lot of stuff planned. I really want to go on tour this year, but that's a whole nother talk. But that's who I am.
Oh, I guess it's my turn.
You have a microphone.
I'm Tiff J from VA, and you're in Welax, and you're with us on Garage Party. And I am 1/4 of 4 Car Play Harder. If you don't know that, and if you don't, you better ask somebody. Um, yes, I'm here. I'm lit, and it's Saturday, and let's do this. I'm gonna pass the mic to my boo. Oh shit! Never mind. Right there, B. Bam. Kudos to that.
Bam, there it is. Boom. My boy did 100 shows to promote it. Went out, put the hard work in, met the people, shook the hands, kissed the babies. You know what I'm saying? And he was raising the babies the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He brought the babies to the 100 show. It was absolutely amazing. And now he working on a new album. I ain't got over the last. I'm
Nope.
stoked. I'm gonna tell you right now. Daddy's hands going down in my book as the new It's a Man's World. I'm gonna tell you right now, anybody, yo, any man, appreciate it. Any man that listens to that song, I mean, forget just being a man, yo. If you got a daddy, a man that, I mean, daddies be, you know what I'm saying, can be in a variety of cases. But at the end of the day, the boy did an album about being a father and raising his babies, showing black men that, hey, we can step up, we can raise our kids. This, you don't even need the mama to hold you down. You do though, but you could do it on your own if you needed to do it on your own. And it's better if you do it on your own, just to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? When it comes statistically to penitentiary type, you know what I'm saying, ratings and stuff, when it comes to those type of measures, hey, you need the daddy to do some damage, because when the daddy is in the house, those numbers go down incredibly. So my man did something absolutely fantastic. I just want to give you a round of applause because that was some real shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Cheers
saying?
to that.
Raising the babies. Now he is working on a new album, but the album Raising the Babies, you need to go on every single streaming platform you can fucking find and go up there and listen to the album. I don't care who you are. If it don't touch you, you ain't got a soul. I'm just gonna put it out there. If it don't touch you, you
You're
ain't
soulless.
got a soul. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I did all that about my man and shit, but I am so the great. And yeah, I do a little music myself. But we're gonna go back on.
Yeah, no. Nah, because his is nasty. That's why he trying to move on.
I appreciate that intro. That meant a lot. That was great. I appreciate that.
Now I know Marco is hosting, so I'm gonna pass this back in 1 second, but I gotta know about, like, tell us about your origin story, like who you are, where you're from, because we've heard one or two things, but the audience wants to get a little deeper into who you are as the man.
Okay. As far as where I was born, Richmond, Virginia. But as far as the place that I grew up was Newport News, Virginia. That's where I went to middle school, well, elementary, middle, and high school at. I started rapping probably around the age around like 17-ish in high school. But I grew up in like the mixtape era, so there was really no need to drop an album. Really, I could just battle people and make mixtapes here and there and whatnot. By the time I turned around, like maybe 22 is when I made my very first mixtape. And by the time I was probably like maybe 25, I had moved to Ohio to be with the woman that I ended up marrying and having kids with, because we were high school sweethearts, but she was a grade over me. So when she graduated and moved to Ohio, I was still in Virginia, and then on her last year graduating, I moved up there. So we got married, had kids. I had stopped rapping entirely, you know what I'm saying? Because, I got kids and everything. I'm kind of focusing on my family. And then me and her ended up breaking up. And I got the kids ultimately when my son was about 2 years and my daughter was about 6 months. And then I raised them by myself about 3 years. And then when I lost custody of them two, that's when I ended up making music again as a way to cope with it. And with the album, it was a lot that I put into it, like emotionally, financially, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because making an album is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because you make the music, but then, promotion is an entirely different beast. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to figure out a way that I was going to be able to promote it that was both effective and enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to put all that type of money and time into it and then, like, not only not see the fruits of the labor that come back, but not even enjoy the labor. And I know more than anything else, I love to perform, so I'm like, I'm gonna lead with that. Plus, my stage presence has always been my best trait. Listening to my music is one thing, but seeing me perform is an entirely different beast. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just hit as many shows as I wanted to, and eventually I came up with the idea of doing 100 shows because I just needed to stay motivated. There would be times where I know I got an open mic to go to or something, and I'm just like, I don't really feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And then that would happen one or two too many times for my liking, to the point where it's like, what did I put in all that work for? To make this album and everything, if I'm not going to really put it out there. So I needed an extra goal. And about March is when I came up with the idea of doing 100 shows. I think I was probably maybe 19 shows in. So then I was like, all right, I need 81 more shows. I got 9 months. I'll do 9 a month. You know what I'm saying? But then, life with life, and sometimes I would take a whole month off, but then when taking a whole month off, I would have to do more shows to make up for it and whatnot. So it was just a lot to do, and I did a whole lot during the summer. Yeah, I was outside. Even with y'all, I was at the Highly Creative Festival. I performed there. And that was in April. I think that was show number maybe 28 for me.
I tell you what, I feel like once the Highly Creative went off, it was like the master plan for us, because that be it for us. It's like, oh, okay, y'all ain't gonna let them get on stage. All right, we're gonna put them on stage. And when they got to digest you and a few other artists, boom, shows start getting booked.
Yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? And I felt like it was such a blessing to be able to do that, because that was out of nowhere for us. You know what I'm saying? Like literally we had planned it in a whole nother venue and popped out with the 24th Street stage. Shout out to Team Lamb for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's been literally, I mean, not only did y'all get constant bookings and phone calls, but so do we.
Yeah, that's
We
what
were
I mean.
dumb busy after that.
It was very like,
Yo, we had to tell people we
know
taking December
I
off.
know
Don't
it's
even
crazy
call
how
us.
it's like you say you like kind of just fell into it, but like that was like almost like my first big breaking away. You know what I'm saying? Because with that one, like you said, things just started.
Yes.
Because that's a big stage with a lot of fun with a lot of people. I'm on a lot of people's lives that I didn't think I was gonna be on.
Woo.
So it became an entirely different thing once I had got off the stage, and now, I still have to do these 100 shows, but now people want me to come to shows.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? So at first I was just looking for open mics here and there, and now people are asking me, hey, you should come here and be the feature artist for this place and this, that, and the third. And that's when stuff started getting better, because
Birdman rubs hands.
yeah, that's when the money started coming in a little more. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
bit by bit, everything started piecing out. Yeah.
Hey man, doing them 100 shows had to not only change you as an artist, but as a man. What is one of the biggest lessons that you got out of doing just 100 shows entirely?
There's all right, so I can't remember who made the quote. I think it was Tom Ford, but there is nothing more common in this world than unsuccessful, talented people. Because persistence is the true key to success. There will be plenty of people out there that will get further than you because they kept trying, even if you were better. That's why there are so many people out there that are so talented, but they aren't successful at all because they weren't persistent enough. Somewhere along the line, they just gave up. And I had a bunch of times during that journey where I was like, I don't know why I'm still doing this. Nobody's really looking at this but me. For real, nobody's telling me to do this. I came up with this goal. Nobody told me to do it. But I was wrong. People were looking. And it was one of them things where eventually I would go to do shows and people would, come up to me. So what show number are you on this time?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I realized, oh, wait, people are looking at this shit. So it served this purpose for me to actually put it out there to everybody that I am doing 100 shows, because now that people are watching, it made me hold myself accountable to it. So I guess if you say the best thing I learned out of this is stay persistent. You know what I'm saying? If you got a goal, stay persistent to that goal, stick to it. Life is going life. And I understand that life is going life. I'm not telling nobody to take the type of L's that I took in order to make it happen. But I learned that there are always going to be reasons not to do things. So you should find more reasons to do things.
Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking what you putting down. My question is, doing 100 shows, you've had to see at least 100 other artists perform or 100 other performances. So how has that, if any, how has that altered your creative process, or just how has that come into your thinking of you just performing?
It's easy to be in a situation where you are looking at other artists as competition, because in this music game, that's kind of what it is. we got fans, I got my fans, you got your fans, and sometimes our fans will be the same. But who's gonna have the most and who's gonna be able to eat the hardest depends on a lot of things. So when I started seeing other artists, when I first got into it, it was hard not to look at it from that competitive view. You know what I'm saying? And I would go into it with like, am I gonna be the best person to perform here? Whether or not I have the best music or not, right? Remember, I told you my biggest strength is my performing. So
Yes,
will I be the
sir.
best performer here tonight is what I was really worried about more than anything else. And seeing other people do their thing, I started realizing just how much I was lacking in my performance, right? There are people out here playing instruments, you know what I'm saying? There are people out here like
Mhm.
who have the
Yeah.
ability to not just entertain, but they can make you cry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And at the time, I didn't think I had that. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, my songs is good. They groovy, they funky,
Right.
but I don't know if I can make anybody cry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until the first time I did Daddy's Hands live that I realized, oh, I think I do got something like that.
Yeah.
Because when I did, people like were coming up to me like, yo, like that song, like everybody had a story about their dad,
Yep.
whether they were there or not there or died in some point of their life or anything like that. So I guess to go back to your question, as far as other artists, competition is the first thing I saw when I started looking at other artists, but now I'm starting to look at them more as a way to try to influence the game, because really what it boils down to is we all got a little something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we can either try to learn from what we see and mold ourselves to that, or sharpen what we already can do and try to compete against it. And in the perfect world, we can do both.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why I still build up my stage presence, but I'm also trying to learn how to play an instrument. You know what I'm
Lit.
saying? Because why not? I got the time to do both. Why not learn?
And with that consistency from the 100 shows, man, all of that can just transfer right over into an instrument. Cause really, playing is all about just r- lather, rinse, repeat. Exactly, repetition, doing that jump over and over, putting your own twang on there, putting your own
And I'm
sauce.
sure you play bass and whatnot. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's a whole other way of just connecting with the people. You know, being able to do that joint instantaneously, live and in color. It's crazy. It's just another way to just connect and just feel
yeah,
everybody.
yeah, and
But
I'm big on that because more than anything, I love to entertain. Like performing, yeah, but I love the idea of like being able to entertain people. You know what I'm saying? That feeling of being up there and they down there and they like.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
stargazing.
I'm
Yes,
doing the thing
sir.
because I believe time is a precious thing. You know what I'm saying? And when people come out to be entertained by you, it's one of them things where it's like you could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give you
Yes.
what you came here for in that way. You know what I'm saying? Not just so you feel good about the time you spent here, but so you'll come back again.
Yeah, got making it worth their while.
Exactly. Oh, you
Yeah.
should have been there. And
Hey,
now next time they go make sure they is.
m-
Video, they gonna be like, yo.
You know?
yeah. Word of mouth does wonders, exactly, most deaf.
Yeah.
But one thing I say is, man, you opened a lot of hearts with your performance. I won't forget, like one of my favorite performances of yours is when we was all outside. It was about springtime. I say it was about May. Man, Joey Green bought that big ass green bus outside.
It was Trippy Tuesday's
Yes,
anniversary.
sir. Uh-huh.
It was
And
Trippy Tuesday's anniversary. I
uh-huh.
remember that one in particular because it was the first time I've been to Trippy Tuesday and they were outside. I
Yeah.
remember I
And
did Raising the Babies and Daddy's Hands that day.
exactly.
And I wanted to do Miss Badshaw that day. I remember I wanted to do Raising the Babies and Miss Badshaw, and I told the crowd I was gonna do that, and the crowd revolted. They were like, "Nah,
Nah,
do Daddy's
daddy's hands.
do
And that's
Daddy's
his
Hands.
yeah.
We want Daddy's Hands." I'm like, that's the first time
And
that
I'm
ever
so
happened.
glad
That was
that
the
that
first.
shit did. Because
That
when you went ahead and you sat in that chair, man, I seen every vein from your head pop out. This nigga's for real. He's taking it serious. He's locked the fuck in. Kill was back there doing this shit. My whole world. Bro, I was
I-
on that bus taking flicks with the camera. Man, that joint was
Now I
looking so
have to bring
real.
up the babes.
That joke.
Nobody saw that but you. And also, I have two general ways of doing daddy's hands. If I got a mic stand, then I'm good. I'm gonna do the jump with the mic stand. But if I don't got one, I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah.
It's a kind of way because you gotta bring everybody. It's a storytelling song. You know what I'm saying?
Whole
When I
different
sit
vibe.
down, people are automatically like they kind of lean themselves in, like they get locked into what happens. But then that first note comes, and then they like, oh. I see it. I see it every time. And I'm like, the first time, like I said, the first few times I didn't really notice it until after the fact. But then I started paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I started looking in real time at the reaction of crowds and whatnot. I'm like, oh, I think I'm doing the thing.
I'm doing it.
And, and that day in particular, I remember because you said we were doing it outside. And I feel like we had the whole block like listening to us at that time. Kill was in the back on the drums, and I was just yelling.
Eric.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
The block was hot that night. Most of ears was to the window.
I feel like the neighborhood really accepted Trippy Tuesdays after that.
Yeah,
like they were like, "There's no way we could ever call the police on these people."
Yeah, 'cause, like they're doing great over there.
Right.
So,
They're
like,
healing people.
you know
Don't you
what
hear
I'm
it?
saying?
Sing about dads.
They're making a difference within the community.
That was a good night. I ain't gonna lie. I can't remember what show number that was off the top of my head though, but I do remember it being Trippy Tuesday's anniversary. I think that's more important than remember what show number it is, because when I heard it was the anniversary, I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely coming for that." You know what I'm saying?
Had to. Must.
Yeah. Good night. Good night. Good night.
But you're very organized in how you keep up with the shows. You know, I be seeing you be making the graphics, be making the media, having all the locations out there. Since you got it like that, what's some of like your favorite show numbers or just some of like your favorite venues to perform?
All right. Mathematically speaking, right?
Yeah.
So because I do know the numbers, right? Buco was my most visited spot of the year, right? I went there 13 times, right? The next place, I believe it was Tuesday Versus, which was the spot in Richmond that I did my very first show at. So anytime I go into Tuesday Versus, it always has a special feeling in my heart because obviously that's where I did my first show. And originally I wanted to do my 100th show there, you know, get like a good full circle going. But then I had the whole idea of doing like a extravaganza and whatnot. And I didn't want to go to somebody's open mic and try to regulate like that. So I was like, let me go ahead and try to make my own thing happen. And I can pick all the artists and do the whole lineup the way I want to. Yeah. So, show 25 was the first time I had a feature gig, and that was my first paid session. I did a 20-minute set, and I was at Scandals. Obviously, the Highly Creative Festival is definitely up there. I love performing. The only thing I hated about it was I didn't get to do more than one song. I was like, man, because once I finished Raising the Babies, I'm like, look at them, I got them, I got them. Why don't we got another song uploaded?
And I'm gonna tell you, I have a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old, and I said, who was your favorite performance? They said, the guy who sang about the daddy stuff and Jasmine Alicia.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Jasmine Alicia went off that night too.
Nah,
You know
a lot of people did.
Yo, don't even get us started about Judy. Judy slayed.
Killed it.
I remember her performance too. I remember her performance. I remember, man, now you got me thinking about Judy's performance. Dizzy performed.
Energy on 10.
Keys performed that day. I remember a lot of people were there.
Shout out to everybody who actually performed.
Golly, a lot of people were there that day.
Yo, everybody put
Black
on.
Was there. I remember she had the backdrop dances and everything.
Absolutely. What's that? Kira Shantae.
Yep, she was there.
Also,
Chantel DeVerse was there as well.
She killed
was
that shit
one
too.
artist that actually like did her performance on the runway with the rest of the models. Like she walked out there with him. I'm like, oh, she breaking rules.
Listen.
but she killed it though. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, we were sore for like a week after that damn thing.
I'm sure.
It was incredibly fulfilling. But boy, our bodies paid for that day, boy.
Real quick, shout out to Kay real quick, because she was
Kayla.
she was out there, boots on the ground. I
Yo,
saw her the whole time.
Listen,
And every time you saw her, she was either like this or like this. She was always on the way to somewhere.
listen, we was going to war that day.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, look, because when we plan these events,
Mhm.
it's like our brain baby.
yeah.
Right? So like it's months of preparation for us. Like the highly creative, which y'all look out for. We doing it again.
Oh,
Number 4. We're
Ooh, I
in
can't
year
wait for
4.
this.
Ooh,
Let me know.
I don't even know what to tell y'all what's
me
gonna
know.
happen because we highly favored and I don't really know how this is gonna go. Because I'm just going to say that you don't want to miss a year 4.
Oh no.
Like, come on.
Oh no.
You
the
if
last
you
one-
slept on year 3, just check the photos out. It's crazy.
That park was filled. I remember
That was crazy. But yeah.
We had crazy drone shots, the runways, the designers, just the energy. It just was phenomenal, highly creative, and then so it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, lock in, make sure you're there.
But
Lock
yeah,
the fuck in.
between those two, and obviously the 100th show, that was
Yeah.
that was a
That's
very
yours right
special-
there.
It was a very special one for me. Doing that whole album with the live band behind me and everything, like that was another one of the moments I realized I could make people cry because I saw that
Emotion
shit.
roller coaster, bring it out.
I love that night more than anything. So, yep. Most memorable show was definitely 100. Like, I can't.
Understandable.
I haven't performed the song from Raising the Baby since.
Oh, okay.
You gotta like let them simmer on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I started working on a new album because of it.
Yeah. And now,
Shout out to you for the organization of the show. Like you had some fucking killer lineup. I was like, hold up, are we doing a curation? Like this? Like
I've met a lot of people along this journey.
Listen.
So I knew who I would pick.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain on some folks because that was incredible, and we have so many amazing shows coming up this year. So we're gonna be calling.
Holla at
Oh shit.
Holla at
Cause I seen the ones you picked.
That's what I'm saying. Holla at me. I know
That
where they
shit was
at.
incredible.
I know where they are. I promise you. I won't bring you nobody that ain't gonna put on the show.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, I know we're getting ready to wrap up this segment of. Oh, okay. Now, have we? Or are we just gonna let them know that the lookout for it? We ain't gonna tell them where. Okay, yeah. Don't y'all miss out. We getting ready to work hard, love harder, and that is February 16th.
February
Okay, February 16th.
Okay.
Okay,
Work
and you
hard.
know we
Love
we like to love hard too. We don't just work hard. But also, we should also be having another yoga event February 1st at Relax. Y'all check the Relax page as well for that. And I know that we just locked in for Cardiology's anniversary, January 28th. Y'all look out for that too.
Shout out to Cardi.
Yeah. Shout out to Cardiology. And so yeah, like y'all better make sure y'all are following us because you don't want to miss this. We create artistic avenues for avenues for artistic expression. Please don't forget that. We also are here to help our community heal and relax. And so that's what the goal is. You just saw Mr. Thrillz. So the motherfucking great. And he does bring
Yay.
great to the plate. And also Mr. Marco Montana. And your girl, it's Tiff J from VA.
Yay.
That's what we doing. And we got work hard, play harder. Shout out to Ghost, who is engineering and behind the boards. He's always behind the scene. Y'all got to check it out. And also KK,
Hey, Kay.
she in the building too. Y'all know all that great promotion this week. Y'all check it out. Also, Tina Monet is in the building.
We got Afro Majesty.
And we got Afro Majesty in the building too. She gonna poke her head in here somewhere, okay? We gonna get her on the couch. But anyway, love y'all. We out. Garage party, let's do this. We out.
Hey, and my shout out my boy Taurus right there over to the left. My boy Rafi in the building.
Is that rap?
Yes, yes indeed. We gonna rock out for y'all a little later. Listen, we'll be right back with the performance.
Yes,
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give y'all